Hold on to your helmets. Bears News Fan Report crew. This one's got shockwaves written all over it. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're ready to ride every twist and turn of Chicago's next big shakeup. Picture this, the offseason. Sun hasn't even begun to scorch the practice fields, yet whispers are already swirling through Hollis Hall about a move that could redefine our entire offense. Could the very glue that has held together our passing attack be on the chopping block? Is Ryan Poles prepared to make the ruthless call that frees up cap space and draft ammo, even if it means parting ways with the tight end who emerged as Caleb Williams' most reliable security blanket? What if the hero we've counted on for third down conversions and red zone touchdowns is suddenly cast in the role of a sacrificial piece to fuel a bolder rebuild? Let that sink in. Cole Kmet, the homegrown star who turned point-of-attack clashes into highlight reels, could be wearing black and gold next season if the Pittsburgh Steelers trade rumors have any legs. We all remember Kmet's breakout 2024 campaign, 60 catches, nearly 700 yards, and a knack for carving out soft spots in coverage that made defenses pay. And that's exactly why teams like the Steelers are allegedly circling like hawks. Some analysts believe Pittsburgh's need for a do-it-all tight end could line up perfectly with Chicago's quest for more flexibility up front. Imagine Poles dangling a mid-round pick, whispering promises of cap relief and watching rival front offices squirm as they contemplate adding a versatile weapon who blocks like a lineman and tracks seam routes like a receiver. But there's more. Could cutting ties with Kmet signal a wholesale shift towards speedier, more elusive receiving options? Are we witnessing the dawn of an offense that prioritizes gadget plays and perimeter bursts over traditional inline power sets? And what does this mean for the locker room chemistry, where Kmet's leadership and work ethic have been gospel for rookies and vets alike? Some insiders argue that if Kmet hits the trade block, his departure will unleash a domino effect drafting two tight ends, overhauling the offense coach's playbook, even reshaping how defenses game plan against the Bears. Yet skeptics wonder if Poles is bluffing, using the rumor mill to turn up the heat and leverage tougher negotiations with Kmet's camp. Could this all be a strategic smokescreen, a way to extract a preferable contract restructure rather than an actual departure? For now, the truth lies buried beneath layers of speculation. But one thing is undeniable: the notion of losing Cole. Kmet cuts deeper than any pass rush ever could. Stay tuned, because the moment we uncover whether the Bears will truly sever ties with the man who's become our go-to clutch performer, the entire landscape of Chicago's offense will shift, and you'll want to be at the front of the line when that bombshell drops. Asterisk. If you're as fired up as I am about this twist, hit that like button and subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, because we're about to finish what we started. Now, imagine the ripple effect if Cole Kmet truly trades his navy and orange for black and gold. Suddenly, our red zone efficiency takes a hit no more that rock-solid jolt at the line on third and goal. No more seam routes that Caleb Williams trusted above all else. And yet, in that void could lie a spark for reinvention. Picture a roster flush with draft capital, the front office targeting lightning-fast slot receivers or shoring up the offensive line with premium picks. Could we be looking at a team willing to sacrifice a beloved veteran for the promise of explosive playmakers who can stretch defenses to the brink? Think back to 2018, when the Bears moved on from another fan-favorite tight end, only to watch the offense stutter for seasons afterward. That lesson still stings, and it's why this rumor cuts deeper than any preseason hype. But what if Poles has learned from the past and pairs this move with shrewd drafts, maybe snagging a pair of dynamic tight ends with second-round picks, blending youth and versatility? If Kmet's departure nets 2 picks, we could see a dual threat duo akin to the fearsome Gronkowski-Graham tandem that terrorized the AFC a decade ago. History tells us bold roster flips can either birth dynasties or derail them. Chicago stands on that razor's edge today. Asterisk. Imagine the scene this summer when training camp kicks off. The locker room buzzes not just with talk of drills and schemes, But of questions, who's going to step into Kmet's cleats? Veterans. And rookies alike will feel an undercurrent of urgency, pushing them to sharpen routes, refine blocks, and earn every rep. That competitive fire could become the secret sauce, forging a bond among players who rise to the challenge rather than lament what was lost. And when that first padded practice snaps into action, you can bet the intensity will be off the charts. On social media, the roar will be deafening. Picture Twitter threads exploding with mock draft boards, subreddits buzzing with trade value, debates and Instagram polls splitting fandom down the middle. Every highlight cut of a rookie tight end snagging a touchdown or a backup linebacker crushing a block will become symbolic proof that Chicago's next man up mantra isn't just lip service. Fans will take to the forums not in mourning over a departure, but in celebration of the fresh faces vying for glory under the loop. Delving deeper, consider the historical parallels. The 85 monsters of the Midway wouldn't have been born from complacency, and neither will this new-look Bears squad. Great teams have always emerged by reshaping their identities, sometimes through bold departures, sometimes through uncomfortable change. If Cole Kmet's potential exit represents a clean break from the past, then the challenge before this roster is clear. Write a new chapter where versatility, trumps tradition, and adaptability becomes the hallmark of Chicago football once more. And as the regular season dawns, every Sunday night under the Soldier Field lights will carry extra weight. Each catch by a newly minted tight end, each pressure sack by an edge rusher in Hendrickson's mold, will echo louder against the backdrop of what might have been. But therein lies the beauty of Bears fandom. We thrive on uncertainty. We revel in the unknown, and we unite around the belief that every bold gamble has the potential to unlock greatness. So buckle up, Bears Kingdom, this ride is just getting started. Beyond X's and O's, consider the human element. Kmet has been the brother who pulled rookies aside, the veteran whose work ethic set a standard in meetings and film rooms. His exit could fracture that locker room bond, but it could also galvanize a new wave of leaders players hungry to prove they belong. I can almost hear the veterans challenging themselves. If we're losing Kmet, then it's on us to replace his fire and make this roster better. And when that narrative takes hold, it transforms a rumor into a rallying cry. Could this be the moment a young core steps up and forges an identity rooted in grit and adaptability, rather than relying on a single safety valve? Financially, the impact is seismic. Kmet's cap hit hovers around $8 million for next season, money that could underwrite an early round picks rookie deal and free up wiggle room for a situational edge, rusher or secondary depth. In a division where the Packers and Vikings juggle their own salary conundrums, Chicago could emerge as the shrewdest operator, trading salary for youth and flexibility. Imagine Poles tipping his hat at the NFL Combine, coyly referencing unexpected opportunities as analysts scramble to decipher which prospect will fill the vacuum. And if that gamble pays off, we could see a roster overhaul that catapults this team into the playoff conversation by midseason. Yet beneath every grand strategy lies risk. If the new tight ends falter, if the rookies can't reproduce Kmet's reliability, the passing game could lose that steady heartbeat, that mid-range. Completions provided. Could that misfire plant seeds of doubt in Caleb Williams' mind during crunch time? Only the games will tell. But here's what's undeniable. Every Bears fan knows. The sweet taste of triumph only comes when you're willing to stare down uncertainty and place bold bets on the future. So, as we tally the pros and cons, let this saga serve as our call to arms. The question before us isn't just, will Cole Kmet stay? But are we ready to embrace the unknown and march forward as one fearless unit? Because in Chicago, uncertainty isn't a setback. It's the crucible where legends are forged. Go Bears!